Okay, so huge apologies, everyone. Uh, yeah, so huge apologies, everybody. We were stuck with some junk that was going on at home. Yeah, so huge apologies because we missed out on so much. We are here at Silverstone for round 9 of the championship, and we have, well, intermediate conditions in effect here for everybody. As Willow goes on top of the board, 36-8 on his part, versus Beatnik with a 39-2. Shorts currently navigating through the track, currently in Cops. We have Alex Norris in Stowe, and we are heading into the last couple of turns now to finish off his time lap. 2.5 minutes left. But yeah, very huge apologies for missing out on pretty much all of qualifying. Then again, well, I would just say this. Literally just about to get started at the stream, and then literally get asked, hey, can you help go get some junk that we had to bring to the house? Like, really? Like, literally, like 2 minutes before stream was set to start, I get called away to go to some person's house in the middle of goddamn nowhere, 20 minutes away from my own house, to get some junk. Just some hoarder junk. Pisses me off. Alex Norris second right now. Yeah, let's get a rolling here. So, yeah, so we missed Q1, we missed Q2. Again, huge apologies. Nothing I can do since I'm on solo. Tire 9 Wolf on comms. Sorry, I'm going solo because both my co-comms. Invade unavailable, and SV feeling ill. Hope he feels better, and we'll be back at it next week. So yeah, again, huge apologies for this, everybody. Andrea on top now by 0.09 of a second over Willow. Solid run there, and everyone is currently going at a slow speed in the Wellington Straight. And looks like everybody's backing off from their laps. And going at it again. So everyone's going for new runs. It's the last ones that they are able to do. Florian back at it again for the first time since round 2. Back in it. Hopefully he'll be back in it full time to finish out the season as the race finishes through, as the season progresses. And we are getting into our last laps. So I know our last laps here. Here we go. Let's see. We got Minico currently on his time lap. We're on board with him as he heads into the loop to get through. And coming into the loop, out of the loop now. Qualifying has just wrapped up. Let's see, where was well, Andrea's not improving, so that's that there. Everyone's getting their laps in. 1.6.
By the way, with Track Evolution, Union barely made the flag. So this could be one of the top laps if Track Evolution is big enough, Titan.
Yeah, very much so. Let's see. First to wrap up their laps, Alex Norris heading into Vale for the last time. And he is on reduced harvesting and into Vale towards Club. See if it's going to be good enough. Let's see what he's got. And 36-4. And Willow set to respond. 35-2. How's Beatnik going to respond? Coming out of Club. And he improves but stays in his position. Currently, Minico coming across. Third fastest for him.
Wow, that's his best effort so far in Tier 1.
There comes Skither across, and he goes up to the front row. Cookie 34.7 on his part. Now we got, let's see,
Union's gonna have a good lap here.
Shorts, third
Barely.
fastest. And where did Union come across?
I think he might have been
It's
10.
a McLaren 1-2.
Wow, good for them. I haven't seen that a lot this season. Thought
And
Union would have got a
was the
better lap.
slowest.
Yeah, I thought he would have got a better lap, but he may have made a mistake. He was the last one to cross the line with 1 second to go. I don't think Willow's ever had a pole, so he got his best effort in F1 and RPL. Shorts got third. That's his best effort in the tier. I mean, we knew with how big of a quality merchant he is, he was going to be up there, but we did not expect top 3 fair effort from him. And as you said, a Titan Cookie on pole. I mean, this is just another one for him to add to the list. And he continues to add on to the numbers, whether it's wins or poles. This time it's the pole.
Yeah, very much so.
Gotta see what one that is for the season on him though, because I know Skithers had quite a bit. I'm pretty sure Skithers got the all-time amount. But Cookie's right up there with him too. These two have a lot of wins, have a lot of poles. Yeah, 26 I think for Cookie now, I believe. Just gonna double check that. Yep, this is his second of the season only. Wow. Imola and now today. Means he's no longer tied with Luke Range for second. Oh, what happened to your other account, Titan? I saw it was in the party.
Well, basically what it is that if I'm solo, I have to have the streamer account and my other account in there
Gotcha.
because after a certain
Okay.
time, it kicks me out of the party, and then I'm talking in game chat.
Yeah, that's why I figured I would join you, and I heard about your situation a little bit, so try to help not deteriorate the mood. But we're back at home. It's a nice place to be, Titan. Good place for the drivers. Willow, home driver. He's trying to win. We've had home drivers win this race before. Jack Miles, the most recent one, I believe.
Oh, here we go. The 5 lights kickoff for the British Grand Prix of RPL. And we are off and away. Lights out and off we away. Good, very good reaction from Cookie. And the Ferrari's right behind in there, being hounded by F1 Shorts with Andrea involved as well. We have a crash in Abbey. That is Jack that has crashed off into turn number 2. That is not what he would like at all. Minico has fallen backwards as well. He was being seen ghosted by several cars. Florian, 10-second penalty instantly for cutting the track. Andrea on the inside against Shorts. They're coming tight together, wheel to wheel, as they head into Luffield. And they are still wheel to wheel coming out there. But Shorts gets the place back over Andrea for P6. Meanwhile, further back, Florian switching with, switched with Fusion. Fusion dealing with TB. Fusion almost went completely off the track in that fight against TB for the 12th place spot. Kind of crazy to see him back in there. And lovely. That stupid RPM glitch is there again. Hello, there goes Minico flying off the track.
That's unfortunate for Minico. He had that good qualifying, fell back at the start. Schwartz fell back at the start too, Titan. He started third, went down to 5th.
Dude, I just saw that in the background with Minico. He just goes through Mackett's and Beckett's, and then when he comes out of Chapel, he just got punted the whales from there. He just went sky high out of there.
It's like flashbacks to Raikkonen at Bahrain the week after Grosjean crashed. You didn't know what was going to happen to Minico, if he's still going to be in this race or not.
Well, here's some bad news. Just like with Spain last week, as Beatnik battling with Florian for the P9 spot, guess what? I had that glitch again.
Yeah.
I had the max RPMs again.
Till we get a safety car. But good pinching from Florian just to keep the place though in Beatnik.
very much so. Let's see. So lap 1 is already wrapped up. It is Cookie in the lead with Willow, Alex Norris, Skither, Gecko passing Will for the 14th place position. Alex Norris is in 3rd. And then the rest of the top 10, we got Skither, Shorts, Andrea, Union, Edvin, who's brand new from what I could tell, Florian, and Beatnik is the top 10. Speaking of...
Apparently, people think he's related to Leo. I can see why with the Naslin last name.
Oh. Well, to who, whatever it is. As Skither and Alex Norris, the Ferrari switch positions for 3rd place. Now Skither gets to be turned loose to chase down the McLaren pair.
So, I'm not sure what happened to Jack on lap 1, but he had to pit, and I'm guessing that's a repair to the front wing. He is 34 seconds behind the next car, and that is Minico. Unfortunate for Jack, He had to put on the hard tires from whatever happened to him on lap 1.
Yeah, that is exactly what has happened. He has that, and Minico has crashed at the exit of the club. He got tangled with Hazard.
Well, it could have either been an incident with him or losing the rear there. That corner is tough for grip. I've spun there before, and I can tell you right now, that is really tough. A lot of drivers in that top 5, Titan, as you were scrolling through, low on fuel already. So it's going to have to be a conservation type of race, as you saw TB leapfrog himself into 11th ahead of Maxwell, who's on loan.
Yep, Maxwell on loan. He was not happy to be loaned out to the Haas. He wasn't happy at all. But yeah, take a look at the tires here. TB has elected to go for the soft compound tire. Hazard going on to the hard compound tire. Everyone else is on the medium compound tire. Now, I could be wrong, but from what I've seen in some of the races so far, races that I've done for other leagues, when you're on the softer compound tires, like the mediums and the hards, you burn fuel a little bit more than the hard compounds. But when you switch to that hard compound, that's actually where your fuel management will actually kick into play.
I mean,
Jack just got kicked.
Oh boy. Well, there are definitely different ways. I wonder how that'll affect the lobby. But there are definitely different ways to manage the tires, whether it's slowing down in the corners. I mean, with the dirty air, is that easier to do this game? Sure. But with the strategy itself, it looks like it's going to be a medium hard, but you're going to have to conserve those mediums and those hards a little bit as well to make it. I had a bit of a struggle here.
Hey, it works.
Recently, making oh, there you go. Yeah, the reckless section. Yeah.
That's what happened. So when Jack got kicked off, the RPM glitch fixed itself.
Well, good night, Minico. He's out, so we don't have to worry about what his strategy will be, Titan. But medium hard looks like the way to go, as we know it. It's tough to make it on a one stop, but it is doable. So, especially around this circuit, you don't want to have to pit a second time. You know how much time you can lose. So, yeah, not fun.
So we lost Minico from that possible incident he had with Hazard. Potentially, we'll have to find out a little later on. Jack disconnected from the session. Hopefully he'll rejoin back. But up front, Skither hunting down Willow to eyeball second place. But Willow does have the DRS courtesy of his teammate. A little further back, I think, is Florian eyeballing. He might be eyeballing a shot to go into 8th place. Now, Florian is, well, unfortunately has that 10 seconds for gaining a place for corner cutting. I'm not sure how that occurred.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He got it from gaining a place under yellow flags, it said. So I'm not sure if he'll get that removed. The game will make him serve it in the pit lane regardless. If there's no safety car or VSC, does he have more of a chance to get it removed? Maybe.
Oh, hello. Well, Florian and Edvin went completely off the circuit going into the loop, and they're still fighting it out as they switch back.
Yeah, it's a bit closer.
Brings Beatnik closer, brings TB alongside him. Whoa. TB goes on the inside. He's into the points now.
Well, a little bit ago, Titan, Fusion also got Maxwell, and they're also closing into this train as well. Also Gecko, who had to serve a qualifying ban with a penalty, but right in the back of Maxwell. He's hungry.
And he's got a track, and he's the first driver into the penalty box for track limits. That was exiting Stowe. That's where he got that to happen.
Yeah, Gecko's
speaking of track limits, Stowe, Cops are your most frequent spots for track limit warnings and penalties. We've seen it happen plenty of times in regards to RPL racing here. But towards that middle of the field, we have a big gangle train with Edvin leading that train, and it goes all the way back to Gecko. As now Hazard joins it. This time he got it exiting Beckett's.
So, do you remember the Season 9 race here, Titan, between Reese and Borbin, the two Red Bull teammates? Reese, at the end of that race, was very low on fuel. He was in the red entering the last lap. Well, he was able to still overtake Borbin, almost running out of fuel, and win that race. Well, right now, Skither and Willow, they're going to challenge Cookie. Ooh, moment there. I was going to say, if Skither and Willow, if they challenge Cookie here, they're going to have to do so with a fuel disadvantage. Both of them are on yellow blinking lights with the fuel, so just keep that in mind later on today.
Yeah, Skither currently has that yellow for his because he is trying to save up on the fuel.
And Willow did too, but Willow's having it go away. Skither's is not going away. And Florian, speaking of not going away, here's 8th place.
Yeah, he is still all over the back of Edvin as we're on the rear camera of Edvin here. As there goes there.
No!
Oh, and Union spins.
Luckily, no damage, but out of the points he goes.
Yeah, and he was in 7th when that occurred, so that's really going to hurt him.
But that also now puts this Edvin battle to 7th instead of 8th. Here we go.
Yep. Let's see if he could try switch back, and we got an incident. That's Tadpole off. Oh, he's retired on track and left.
Either he's retired on track or he's crashed on track because that car's not moving any longer. Yeah, he crashed on track. But 7th place is changing again, Titan.
Yeah, Florian's got it, but Edvin not giving it up at all, and they both go off in Abbey.
What in the world? TB takes advantage.
Oh yeah, he takes full advantage of that.
It's becoming bumper cars at this point because TB got into Florian as well. I could tell Florian wasn't too happy, but he's in the middle of this Edvin and Florian battle, which has got a bit heated to say the least, Titan.
Edvin went on to the inside going into Abbey, but not sure what in the world happened there. Did Florian turn in a tiny bit too early, or did Edvin turn in too late? Who knows? But both went really screwballish.
It's unfortunate though because you don't want to see racing happen like that. You want to see good hard racing, but nothing like that. And there's 3 cars going off right there at Pop's Corner. Fusion Beatnik battling. 2 Academy teammates, by the way, in Tier 2. Beatnik just lost the Tier 2 title, finished runner-up there. Will be full-time in Tier 1 momentarily, but right now, he's going to have to yield the midfield battle for this current time and moment.
Yeah, very much so. It looks like the top 4 have still not made much progress currently in regards to their gaps, but at one point, Willow was almost out of DRS to his own teammate. Shorts, unfortunately, is out of DRS range from Alex Norris, and that's going to be slightly worrying because he's got Andrea coming up on his butt. And Maxwell is another driver to enter the penalty box. So unfortunate for him, as he is sitting down in 12th right now. He's probably kicking himself. I mean, he was kicking himself. Hello, hi Florian. A little bit of a dive, a little contact.
These 2. Oh, TV! No!
Jesus!
I was just going to say, these 2 battled in Monza and collided in Monza 2 seasons ago in RPL. Luckily, did not have that happen again. That one was for the lead. This one was for 8th place. And it's kind of compromised Beatnik, actually, if you think about it. And Union, on the inside of Maxwell, too, had to back out. Gecko now wants a chance. Also, while that was happening, Shorts has lost DRS to our top 4, so now it is a 4-horse race instead of a 6-horse race. And that compromises Andrea.
Edvin's still at it again. This time Florian was sneaking a peek, going to cops, and Edvin had to completely go off the circuit to break away from him.
Yeah, no way to make a move there.
Seeing the end of that. There's no end in sight for these 2 here. Let's see. We're on board with Florian as he heads to the outside, switch to the inside. Ooh, that was close, but keeps it in line, gets the space. Here comes Edvin on the inside. And still wheel to wheel. And Florian stamps the exclamation point. He's up in the 7th.
Union's the first one to blink, but I give Florian a lot of credit there, Titan, because he sold him the dummy at Stowe, and that allowed the Haas of Nassland to give him so much space. And here we go again, the inside. Switchback.
Switchback.
That's a good one. Who's going to have the DRS, though? Who was ahead of the detection point entering turn 3?
That
Yellow.
would be Edvin.
That is Hazard.
That is
off.
Hazard, yeah.
Oh, crash!
Trouble! There's Beatnik into the wall!
And he's got away with no damage, I believe.
I can't tell from this camera angle.
I know. I think he's got away with it. I'll look while you continue looking at the Florian battle, but that's got him completely out of this train now. And, well, Fusion will be a little more comfortable as we know it. No damage to Beatnik. No damage.
Yeah.
Nope. No damage.
Well, that's good.
I know.
That's
He
good.
hit the wall at the very end, too.
Yeah, Beatnik was right behind TB and just ahead of Fusion, and then he just went all hell just broke loose there. Meanwhile, Andrea gets ahead of Shorts for the 5th place spot.
He needed that.
It was inevitable, but Andrea goes into the pits anyways.
Yeah, he needed that. He was stuck behind Shorts way too long, Titan. And, you know, he was losing time. Speaking of losing time, Alex Norris now 2 seconds back, and hello, everybody's coming in.
Yep, everyone's coming in. Florian, Edvin, Fusion, who speeds for the trouble.
You know who I'm surprised hasn't pitted yet?
TB.
Yeah, I thought he would have by now.
I thought those softs would be dead by now.
But you know, in all honesty, it was Maxwell in the reverse race around here in Tier 2 that made the soft medium somehow work. The only one to do it. So, is TB going to go that route? He would need a lot more laps in these tires. And I don't think that's the case. We'll see.
Well, it depends on how good on the wear of the hard tires when he switches to those. But that's probably what he's going to switch to.
But thinking about this race, though, the best he's going to get realistically is 7th. Just because this train is raced out so hard that it's just cost them a lot of time. So you got to think big picture here. It's really not going to be a top 6 finish for TB unless something dramatically insane happens to Shorts, Andrea, or the top 4.
Oh, Willow made a mistake out of Chapel.
Luckily, he still kept the DRS, though, Titan. So that does help his fuel situation because he's no longer blinking at all. Skither still is. Now he's not blinking anymore. Still is again.
Willow's coming in.
Yeah.
Don't speed.
Oh, jeez, that was close.
Just made it.
Yellow.
And we got a crash again.
Union.
That's...
No, Shorts.
Union.
Shorts
good
sped.
lord, dude.
That's unfortunate for the young Dutchman.
Yeah, that's Union. He was spun and
No,
has
Maxwell
damage
too.
to it. Maxwell too. That's 3 now.
I think Shorts took the name Flying Dutchman to a different kind of level, not the level you'd want to take it to. TB's finally in.
TB
Hards.
has now ventured in.
Good.
Yep, onto the hards.
Good.
So that's now 3 drivers with penalties on them. And this is the part that's a bit on the embarrassing side. All 3 of the 10-seconders, they're Merck Academy drivers.
They're fast drivers, but just don't want to be too fast in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Fusion got ahead of Maxwell out of the pit lane. Florian had to get that 10-second serve, so that's why he's further back as well, Titan. And also, Andrea got Shorts. He was already ahead of Shorts, but he is a lot closer to Alex Norris. Are we tantalizingly close to seeing a move made between them two at some point? You got to wonder what happens there. But our top 2 stay out, Titan. Skither still has that fuel light blinking, but not as much anymore. So that makes me think being in the Dirty Era cookie has helped him save a bit of fuel and a big wiggle from Skither.
Yeah, Skither has a bit of a wiggle, but a little further back down in the bout, looks like a possible battle for what's technically right now 4th place between Will and Jacksta. Jacksta, as Will's heading into the pits now. Jacksta was about to eyeball him up as Will. Same issue that Willow had. Made a mistake exiting Chapel, which got him vulnerable. Because of Will pitting, Jackson temporarily has 4th, but Willow's right behind.
You've got to think now, Titan. Skither was the one behind Willow. Is Jaxter going to compromise Willow for the sake of Skither? He's making him go the long way around, and you know with the Saber, you can't fight it for too long. Willow will have the DRS
No.
anyway, but it did compromise his line. Jaxter's a very clean driver, a very experienced driver, so he's not going to go out of his way, but he did make sure Willow had to go the long way around to make it a little bit more difficult on Willow's end in terms of where his race is at with Skither. I mean, the gap between him and Cookie is 26.1. The gap with him and Skither, little over 24 seconds. So we'll find out if that does affect him. But if it doesn't, we'll definitely see how much the undercut paid off for Willow compared to the overcut from Skither.
Well, they're both. Well, Cookie is in now.
You thought they were both going to come in. I heard that.
Out. Yeah, Skither is in. Union has got a lap down and is in. So let's see where Cookie is going to come out via this.
Surely third, I gotta think. Gecko's in.
Oh,
yeah, so
Gecko's in, yeah. So Willow's coming back out. I think Cookie may keep his 2nd place.
Yeah. I mean, him and Willow were close, so we'll see. I wonder how much that did affect Willow with Jaxter there. Maybe not a lot. This will be a race out of the pit lane, Titan. Look at this. Here we go.
Whoa.
Willow. Leader.
Willow gets them.
Net leader, Willow. Wow.
And only by half a second. So, as you noted it, about 27 seconds was between Willow and Cookie. And Willow is just ahead now by 7/10. So, that means, I think by the looks of it, when Skither comes in, he'll be racing his teammate Alex Norris out of the pits, possibly.
But he'll have better tires, so I think that's what Skither kind of wants here in this situation. You know, McLaren, they have the cars, so they know their situation. But you look at what Willow was able to do there, Titan, you got to wonder, could he have gapped Cookie out of DRS if Jaxter didn't make him go the long way around? I mean, you also got DRS, though, too, so maybe it didn't matter in the end, regardless. But I think we're eyeing up a move here for 4th while Skither's in. We got Andrea and Shorts all over Alex Norris.
Let's see. Let's go on board with Andrea as he's chasing Alex Norris down for the spot. And by the way, seeing in the foreground, the McLaren switched positions. So Cookie is back ahead of Willow at this present time. Let's see as Andrea still hunting down Alex Norris here. F1 Shorts right behind him. Now, F1 Shorts does have that 10-second penalty to serve.
Yeah.
And let's see, here comes Skither is coming out. Both McLarens have passed by him. And he'll actually be ahead of Alex Norris by just about 2 seconds.
Wow, Titan, you thought he was going to blend in just right ahead of Alex, but he's 2 seconds clear of teammate Alex Norris.
Yeah, I actually thought that perhaps Skither that Alex Norris could have been in the mesh with him, but I guess my timing was slightly off.
But either way,
Skither's
still going to have better tires, and I think that'll help his situation here. The only thing that might not is that each lap Willow's going to have DRS, so it'll make it a little bit trickier for his sake. I mean, Cookie's only got 1 lap older hards compared to Skither.
Now, on a completely different note, seeing it on the timing graphics here, Florian has passed Gecko for the 11th place spot. So now he has 4.1 seconds to Maxwell, who actually has 13 seconds of penalties on him. Same with Fusion. So that means right now, Florian is going to be looking at points at this present moment. And currently, by the way, in regards to stops, Hazard has still yet to pit, because he was the only person to go with the hards, and he's still on them.
So Miniko got pinged about his DNF. He said, don't want to hear it. So he is not in the mood to talk right now, and I'm sure Tadpole won't be either, because those are the only 2 drivers out of this event. And we've only got 11 laps remaining next time by, Titan. This race has gone by super duper quickly. Willow's never won an RPL, and he's always, just like Cookie and Miniko, and really even Skither, technically, after he got his feet loose here, I guess you could say. in RPL.
Hmm.
They've only ever been tier 1 drivers, if you think about it, and that's how you know them. A lot of these drivers, like Shorts, Alex, you look at them and say, well, and even TV, they came through the ranks. And for Cookie, Willow, and Minico, drivers like them, they've only ever been tier 1. And for Willow, he's never won in tier 1, let alone RPL. What a great way, if he
Hmm.
were to get this win over Cookie, I mean, that'd be great over his TP, as you could just see Willow kind of being a little affected by the dirty air. But it'd be great to beat your TP, but it'd also be great to get your maiden win at home as well. He's the only home driver running inside the top 3.
Yeah, very much so. So let's see what happens as these laps tick on by. And Fusion now gets his second track limit penalty of the event. That puts him
Jeez.
at 16. Oh no, sorry, that puts him at 13. I'm sorry. He has his second penalty total. So he's at 13. So that's going to knock him. That's going to knock him completely out of points currently. As I think Gecko is going to be getting himself a point despite the issues that occur for him. Because, yeah, he's only got a track limit penalty, and he's 4.2 seconds ahead of Gecko, so he should be in safe hands. Meanwhile, we do have a fight coming up shortly. TB is all over the back of Edvin, but the problem is TB will get the DRS. But here's the problem. I think... Oh, never mind. I thought Edvin might get DRS because of the lap car union, but doesn't get it. But he didn't get it.
That detection point is back at the first braking zone, third corner. So
Yep,
that might be, yeah, that might be why he didn't get it. But still, I got to give a lot of credit to the Haas of Edvin putting up a good show here in P7. I mean, if you think about Max's situation, if he didn't have the 10-second penalty, he'd be, I mean, you can say if about anything, right? But if he didn't, though, it would be double Haas points, and we've not really seen that this season, except for the start when it was Alex and Skither in the Haas cars. So.
Yeah, but you have TB in that car, and he is still all over the back of them. And TB is basically one of the grizzled veterans who will fight like it matters. He's thinking of it, and just can't seem to make the momentum stick enough to go for it. He's a lot closer this time. What the? Whoa! Not sure what happened there. I think the TV carried a bit too much speed. Yeah, exit out of the club, and they're still side by side. They're fighting. And they're still side by side. How is he still? He's just still on the track. Holy crap!
This is allowing Fusion and Maxwell to reel these guys in, though. They are losing time in the grand scheme of things. I know that they have 10-second penalties, Fusion and Maxwell, but if one car gets in between them, that could be game over for TB trying to get this place, and that would help Edvin, but here we go.
Yep, trying again on the outside, looking in this time. Here we go. On the inside, on the outside of Brookfield, now in Brooklands, and then in the left field. And TB gets it done out of left field to get the place, but no, Edvin's not willing to give up an inch, and he gets it back. Well, I mean, he's burning the ERS to keep it back.
I just think that Australian speed is insane because I didn't see him use overtake really at all when he was equally side by side with TB. So it amazes me what he was able to do there. But they're both in the button now.
Overtake now.
Yeah, they're both in the button now.
He's deploying it.
Thought it was gonna get ugly if they stayed side by side there. They'll go side by side here though.
Here we go again, side by side again, heading into Stowe, and TB finally makes it happen. He's finally passed and up into 7th, but now he has currently 5.3 seconds to get within the 10-second gap of Shorts to steal 6th place from him.
Well,
that's also another thing. With that constant fighting, TB and Edvin were losing ground to Shorts, which gives Shorts even bigger breathing room to have that gap, to have that 10-second gap up and about.
I want to talk about gaps for a moment up at the front. Titan Skither, his gap between him and Willow went from 2.8 to 1.5 seconds now. He's continued to set fast lap after fast lap. I was telling you earlier about his tire difference with Willow and even Cookie, just a lap difference. As there's a yellow, that's Hazard.
That's Hazard.
Yeah, that's in front of the leader, so we'll see what that does, as Willow almost got out of DRS. I was just going to say, though, with that, I was telling you what a difference that would make. We'll see if it does make a difference later on. But right now, it's Cookie, Willow, Skither, the top 3. Right now, we're looking at a potential McLaren 1-2, and that's only happened twice this season. Or sorry, once this season, I'm pretty sure.
I believe so. It was only one. I believe it was only once this season.
Bahrain.
Yep. Yeah, as Union gets itself into the penalty box this time around. There's the 2 McLarens in hand with the Ferrari right behind and towed.
Edvin looking to go for it, but he didn't. He waited to the last second to back out.
Yeah, just saw the time gap just going down. I was like, oh, he's thinking of it, but didn't have the momentum to carry out that attack. And because of that little misjudgment in his time, he's lost a crap load of time now to TB. It was about a tenth or so back, now 8/10.
With Cookie here, if he wins tonight's race, I feel like this stat cannot get ignored. I know everyone calls me, including yourself, the encyclopedia here, but it's got to be mentioned what he has done in terms of his pole to win ratio. Luke Grange.
No, I call you the RPL nerd.
There you go. Yeah. Well, Luke Grange only has 25 poles, but 19 of them were pole to win. For Cookie, he has one more pole than Luke, and if he does end up winning today, it'd be from pole position as we know it, and it would actually tie the record that Luke has for most wins from pole position. So I'm just thinking long-term picture here. If Cookie does win tonight, I mean, he already had a dominant season in Season 10, and a lot of records he broke there, but there's something different about this one that makes you think for a second title that he's chasing, this record maybe solidifies the importance of this season for him, and that's a yellow. That is the lap car once again of Hazard, who seems to be becoming a hazard on the track, which is unfortunate.
I had a feeling you were gonna say something like that.
I'm sorry.
I know, but still. Anyway, so we still had this little 4-car fight here between Alex Norris, Andre, and Shorts, as they are still in close proximity to each other. They're about Alex Norris about 4.5 seconds behind from his teammate. And by the way, when you mentioned a couple of laps ago that Skither was closing in on Willow,
lost a lot now.
The gap, yeah, he lost quite a bit. He's now over 3 seconds behind. So that
I don't know what the
mishap
mishap was though, Titan. He got back to 4 seconds. Now it's only 3. So he can clearly drive angry and still go fast, but at the same time, it's. I think the gap is not enough right now. He needs Willow and Cookie to battle for him to catch up realistically and have a shot at this. I mean, he may get second in the end when it's all said and done, but I don't think he's going to win this race with this current situation. We know anything can happen, right?
just went very wide out of cops.
Not costing him too badly, though. He's still in DRS proximity of Fusion. Teammate in Tier 2, by the way.
Right behind him, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
there you go.
Speaking about with like the warnings and stuff, as Florian switches with Maxwell, and up in the 10th place goes Florian. As Skither just sets another fastest lap. Mind doing a solid and take a look at the top 3 and see what they're at for track limit warnings?
That'd be great. I'll do that. No warnings for Cookie. He just set his fastest lap of the race on lap 18, by the way, so he's still going quick. By the way, last lap from Cookie was a 29.3. Willow, no warnings. Willow's last lap was a 10th slower than Cookie's. Skither's last lap was 5/10 quicker than Cookie's. So he may have lost out, like we said a few laps ago, with a big mistake, but he's gaining that time back. And his only warning is on lap 1, but I'm going to check if this was for a collision. It was. It was for contact with F1 Shorts. And remember, that was while Shorts was having a stinker of a start and losing places. So that was why. Union's back in. He's in the mediums. So we'll see how that pans out. Skitter's gained 3/10 here in the last couple of moments. And just something to keep an eye out on as well, Titan. You know, we've not had many drivers win consecutive races over 3. Yellow again. We've not had drivers win 4 or more in a row often, at least in recent times. I think Cookie was one of the only ones. I'm pretty sure Leo might have done it once too, but still, Cookie's looking to win tonight, also a 4th race in a row, and I believe this would be a 6th on the season, making it 27 wins for him. He's not far up Skither either in terms of the amount. So these guys who are, I wouldn't say far into their RPL career. I mean, Skither is, Cookie's not as much, but far up on the list of wins. It's not going to be long. I mean, they might take some wins off each other, but it's not going to be long until they start catching and maybe overtaking Luke Grange in that top seed of the all-time win list. I mean, I know it's a long way to think about. We got a race going on, so we can't think too deeply about it, but it is something long-term to think about that Cookie is starting to get toward. And I got to give Willow credit keeping with him, too. I mean, we've talked about how insane Cookie's been this game Titan, right? He's been quite cracked, but Willow keeping with him in DRS this whole time is impressive, too. Good props. Even if you don't win this race, still deserves a lot of credit. He's looking to tie that best career finish.
Indeed. So, just currently on board with Fusion as he's chasing out Edvin for the 8th place spot. He's got Florian close behind, down in 10th. I think maybe Fusion could, since Fusion does have that track limit the penalty on his mark, he actually moves aside, lets Florian go in a Maggots and Beckett's. Now Florian is set loose to chase Edvin down for the 8th place spot. And that would be very nice for Florian here on his first race back since round 2, for him to get a win here, to get a win of points in the 8th place spot. But he's got that Haas to worry about. And let's see what happens here as he's just chasing him down. And the ERS advantage currently, it is the advantage of Florian with 60% ERS compared to Edvin's 45.
Would also be a good points for the teams as well. Look at Haas in the points. Look at Alpine in the points. I'm not sure if we're going to end up with a Williams in the points at the end of the day, but I mean, we might have Valley 41 in his Tier 1 return taking a point for RB. That'd be cool too from the Season 2 Season 2 champion. I can guess myself there.
Let's see, 16 for Maxwell, 13 for Fusion, and only 3 for Gecko. So, let's see, well, I mean, currently, Will is going to be getting Fusion and Maxwell in regards to the points. But Gecko will get both of them as well.
Yeah. Gecko needs something dramatically crazy for him to not get points at this stage. Gither's back down to 2.3, so he's got the gap down 5/10, but again, not enough laps to do that for the victory. You gotta remember, fast lap, so he's still trying, we know that.
Yeah, he's still trying, that's for sure. As Florian is still trying to hunt down Edvin as they head towards Stowe, and actually Florian was actually trying to think about going a cut for the inside attack, but at the last second decided, nah, I'm not going to take that risk at this moment.
Yeah, that was a nice fake, but it didn't really pay off the way he really wanted it to. And we know this is just going to be a long-term game because this is 3 laps to go right now. Still 3 laps to plan a move. You got 2 points versus 4. And just one thing I want to check on our leaders for Titan. 90% battery for Cookie, 25 for Willow, so he's using so much just to keep up with Cookie, and even just keep Skither back. Skither 1.8 back now with 2 laps to go. Next time by.
Yeah, a few laps left on this regard here. Ooh, yeah. That was almost a disaster. But Florian's still all over on Edvin, trying to get the fight here.
He's dumping.
They're both, I thought they were both dumping, but no, yes, you were calling it. Edvin does have that straight line speed.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, Ferrari engine, there you go. That helps a lot. Cookies cross the line for 2 to go. Looking for the 4th win in a row, and I believe, like I said, the 6th win of the season for him. His 19th from pole if he could get it, and that'd tie the record. And that'd be a cool stat to be equal with Luke on.
Yeah, very much so. So Willow is still within half a second of Cookie at this present time. So that is unique in hindsight there, as Union steals the fastest lap from Skither at the moment on the soft compound tires. He is lapped. Probably almost 2
yellow.
laps down now. That's Union again.
That still would have made a difference like for DRS where he spun. I'll see if Edvin got it from
I don't
from
think he
that whole
did.
gaggle. Maybe not.
Nah, he's too far.
But I noticed Willow brought the gap down to 4/10 for a moment on Cookie, so I'm sure he's not done trying
Here we
to
go
give an effort
again.
for this. Yeah,
Covers the inside. Covers off into the middle now.
this is a great battle.
And
All right.
oh yeah.
Oh, punt.
Low contact.
Nothing's gonna hurt, right? But again, battery from both.
Don't do anything too risky, Florian.
Oh,
I won't risk it, man.
I'll keep an eye on our leader. Probably 90% from Cookie, 30 from Willow. We're on to the final lap.
Final lap in hand for this British Grand Prix as we head onto the hangar straight again, but this time Florian does not have any battery he's just recharging a battery to try to save it for the final lap. Ooh, hi Fusion. He got a little curious to go for an attack, but nothing comes out from there. And Union corner cut. Because why not?
Wants to see the battle for the final lap. Willow's almost out of DRS here. And I think that's going to seal the deal for Cookie. You know, obviously you can see Willow and Skither blinking. You knew that they were low on fuel, but they might barely make it. I just want to talk about Cookie's season for a moment. You know, it seemed like at the start of the season, you look at Imola as well a few rounds ago, it was going to be Cookie versus Skither. But I think with this car advantage that Cookie has, he has been able to pull out things like maybe never even before. You saw season 10 was crazy, but this is even crazier. I mean, the amount of wins from pole, the amount of wins in a row, the 6th win on the season he's looking for, it's been great, tight, and he's going to make it even greater.
Yep, coming out of Vale for the final time with the chrome in hand. It is going to go to Cookie for another victory for him. He wins here at Silverstone. Willow in second, Skither wrapping up in the 4th place spot. Meanwhile, the battle is still between the two. There goes Hedvin into a slide after contact with Florian, and that has Florian going into the 8th place spot, but that might go see the stewards possibly. Fusion last second died there. Alex Norris in 4th, Andrea in 5th. Short serves that penalty. He will keep the 6th place spot. TV comes across. He will be in 7th. Fusion will come across in 8th, but Florian will get that position. Let's see where everybody else will go. As Gecko up into 9th.
Becomes 10th.
Edvin actually goes 9th.
Yep.
Gecko 10th. Fusion in 11th. Maxwell in 12th.
Phoenix and Jackster still dueling it out. It's going to be Jackster in the Sauber. Not the race Phoenix would have won.
Jackson, there goes Phoenix.
Good effort from Mally, by the way, 12th place.
Now Phoenix is showing off.
I believe this is Shorts' best finish. If not, it's equaling it. So good effort from him. He ran a quiet race. He was in the mix up there. Not a podium, but definitely a step forward again.
Jack's doing the Yarno thing.
That's funny. He didn't gain any places from doing that, by the way. So
yeah, that's true.
I am gonna double check the Shorts thing, see if that is his best finish. But kudos to Cookie, kudos to Willow. I believe that is Willow's equaling best finish. So yeah, fair play.
Wow.
That is a terrible dance. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a little stupid, really.
It really is. But you know it wasn't stupid? The pace Cookie had today. The trophy.
Yeah, Cookie gets the win for here at Silverstone, and 1-2 for McLaren. Skither wraps up in the 3rd place spot.
So this does equal Shorts' best finish. Japan, he finished 6th. Also, Willow finished 2nd that day too.
That's what happened to That's what happened to Union. He got the curb, killed him. That's what got him.
That's
And
unfortunate.
the the 20-year black screen. Woohoo!
Yay! I hope we can get results. That'd be wonderful. If not, that would suck. Hopefully, someone else got them then. I
You
just
in
want to know
black
who got.
screen too?
I just want. Yeah, I do. I just want to know who got cleanest driver, most overtakes, all that goofy stuff. Yeah, I mean, good effort from shorts too. Andrea, Alex, they had a quiet race, clean battle too. No
Yep.
results.
I didn't
That's
even get
wonderful.
results whatsoever.
Wonderful. Well, we know we lost two from the event, Minico and Tadpole.
Yep.
Um, who was your driver of the day?
Uh, honestly, I have no idea. I'm thinking probably shorts, despite that screwy start
Mm.
and that 10-second penalty, to still come home with at least with it in within the top six. Really good.
I would go with Cookie. Um, I know it's easy to go with Edvin and Florian for their car disadvantage, but they were also
Oh, here it
with their
is.
company too. With company
So
too. Right.
Skither went into turn two and his wheels stopped working. That's why he lost.
Ah,
That's why he lost the time.
you got to wonder if that didn't happen. I mean, he would have been in DRS at Willow and had at least a shot at second. Catching's one thing, passing's another. We know that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think of the situation at hand for Cookie, and this is his shortest margin of victory this season. So to win from pole position around here, it's not always easy. A lot harder to overtake in this game anyway. But at the same time, he had a teammate breathing up him the entire race. I mean, they swapped once, but the fact that he was able to win this race when he didn't look to be the fastest the entire day and had his moments, also got undercut and still kept ahead of his teammate. And his teammate probably had the best race he's ever had in this league and still beat him. I'll give it to Cookie. It's not his first win around this circuit specifically, but even the stats to go with it. I mean, 4 in a row. Not many people do that here. I mean, I think the last time Cookie had a chance at getting 5 in a row or 4 in a row, he got penalized of the victory in Baku.
Yeah, very much so. All right. Well, that will wrap up the stream for today. And we will be heading into, well, for Tier 1, next week will be the halfway point of the season. We'll be at round 10. Let's see.
Silverstone reverse. We're back here.
Yeah, we're going to be back
How
this
about
track
that?
for the reverse layout. And you know what? I think I'm just probably going to say it'll be this. Since it's a reverse of this track, and we're doing a double header at Silverstone, why don't we do like F1 did with this double header there? Maybe instead of it being the British Grand Prix and the 70th anniversary Grand Prix, I guess with this one, tonight was the British Grand Prix. Next week, let's call it the RPL Grand Prix.
Maybe the 6-year
Goes with the heck of it.
anniversary Grand Prix, because last week was the 6 years of the league being founded.
Yeah, that'll work.
I mean, it's
We'll
not
go with
the
that,
6-year anniversary of the first race, but it's still the 6-year anniversary of, Dylan and Zatstree founding it.
Yeah, that'll still work.
I think it would.
But
I think that should be
speaking-
something you bring up. That'd be a good idea. Very good idea.
And then next week we had the finales of tier 2 and tier 3,
Are still some
both at Brazil. Tier
Still some
3
fights to be wrapped
we
up.
have tier 3 we have the championship fight between Raz and Joe Wilson. You know what? Well, let's make our calls. Who do you think will get the championship? Will it be Joe or will it be Raz?
Being biased, I want to say Raz, and I'll give him a little bit of the edge on one thing, momentum. But I think Wilson's been the better driver this season, even in the situations. He's been cool, calm, and collected. So I would have to give it to him. After you say you're curious, after you say who you think, I'm curious on who you think is going to win the Tier 2 Constructors, because that still is to be wrapped up too. But who do you think between Wilson and Raz will win it?
So you're picking Wilson to win it?
I'm picking Wilson to win it. I mean, I would like to see Raz being a part of Ferrari Academy, but I think it will be Wilson. He's had the better season, played it cool, calm, and collected, and just, I feel like he'll get that clutch moment, even though Raz has had better races recently.
I'm going the opposite way. I'm going with the.
Ooh, I
I'm
like
saying
it.
Raz is gonna get it
I like
because
disagreeing on
Raz,
something
honestly,
civilly.
even though Wilson has had the better season and everything, but let's not count Raz out. I mean, literally,
Yeah.
Raz is like I think he's the underdog in regards to this championship fight, and I really prefer the underdogs in regards to fighting for
See
championships.
that?
I like it because that means with the underdogs, they're more hungry, they're more willing to fight, and they're willing to give an even stronger performance than we can think of. So honestly, I think I'm gonna take Raz. I think Raz will have it.
Also, one thing about before we talk about tier two, for those wondering if you want to take tips if you're a tier one driver, you look at our tier two and tier three races, Silverstone Reversed. They're on our YouTube channel, so that'll be something to keep in mind as well. If you want to look at strategy or the way people raced or whatever it was. So that'll be something I think we look at ahead of the race next week for um, potential things to mention on the stream. But tier two, constructors, Titan, we've had our drivers wrapped up. Reese Night Owl versus Maxwell Fusion could be Beatnik Fusion, pending if they make a change or if Maxwell doesn't show up again in tier two. But the gap was 4 points entering last night. Reese won, Beatnik was second, and it was AJ in third, and it was then Fusion Night Owl. So who do you think is going to win that one?
Yeah, it could go either way. I mean, McLaren could have had the chance to get the constructors locked in. Ferrari has been fighting very strong, and they're very hungry to get it done. So I mean, it could go either way, really. Anything is possible. So I'm undecisive for right now.
I just think with the car that McLaren has, they easily should win it. Will they win it? I don't know. It's just going to depend on what Night Owl does. Does he choose to have things go his way? Does he choose to have the pace this time? I don't know. I think Ferrari with the driver lineup, they have the advantage because they've kept the consistent same driver lineup the entire season. McLaren hasn't, and I think that's what puts McLaren at a disadvantage. Their car is clearly an advantage, but these tracks, some of them have suited Ferrari better. So I'm actually going to go Ferrari this time just because they've kept the same driver pair in the entire season. I would like to see McLaren give a fight for it. I mean, they've a lot of respect between those guys the whole season, which we love to see that.
Yeah. Well, that will conclude the stream there for tonight. We'll see you next week for the finales of Tier 2 and Tier 3, and we'll be back at it next week in Tier 1 for the RPL 6th Anniversary Grand Prix for Tier 1. So, for RPL, Tire and Iron Wolf with Cyril's signing off. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.